Before I get into this video, I want to give another shout out to Mr. Douglas. Mr. Douglas went back down to the Walmart and got another money order to bless me. Thank you, Mr. Douglas. I really appreciate you. Also, I want to thank Miss Berry. Miss Berry, I got your love package. Thank you so much. She also went out of her way to bless me. I appreciate y'all. Let's talk Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani, who hitched his wagon to Donald Trump and went all across the United States spreading lies and defaming two black women, was sued by the two black women and now owes those two black women millions. And Rudy Giuliani, Alexa, how old is Rudy Giuliani?
Rudy Giuliani is 79 years old. By the way,
Rudy Giuliani is 79 years old. And he still has to work because he has to pay his attorneys. He's got lawsuits that he has to pay. He's being sued by a former assistant for sexual assault. And now it's being reported that Rudy Giuliani has been fired from his last stream of income. He was working for a radio station out in New York City, and he was fired because he is continuing to spread lies about the 2020 election. When I heard about it, I went dancing on over to Rudy Giuliani's Twitter account to see if he was going to address it. And he did. He tweeted out a call to action. Call to action for all patriots. WABC Radio just fired me because I refused to give in to their demand that I stop talking about the 2020 presidential election. And then, of course, he wants all of the MAGA nuts to call the radio station to express themselves, blah, blah, blah. They didn't fire him because he was talking about the 2020 election. They fired him because he was spreading lies about the 2020 election. And they don't want to be sued. We know he can't practice as an attorney. We know he's long past that stage in life. And furthermore, hasn't he been disbarred? He's been disbarred. He's been trying to sell property because, yeah, he got lawyers to pay, like I said. He got to pay millions, in the hundreds of millions, to Lady Ruby and Shay. He's got, like I said, another lawsuit that's coming up. Yeah, and isn't he being sued by Smartmatic and Dominion? Isn't he part of that lawsuit? Yeah. Rudy Giuliani is robbing Peter to pay Paul. And that was his last stream of income, according to the political streets. So what does he do? He heads on over to Steve Bannon. And this is the conversation, that part of the conversation that they had.
Because he didn't get 81 million votes, and Katzmatidis, as dumb as you are, even you can understand that. And this is just gutless cowardness. I'm going to tell you, we're going to dog you, okay? We're going to dog WABC, right? I love Sid Rosenberg every Monday. I've been doing for the last month or two his morning show on Monday mornings. I love the guy; it's fantastic. I love him too. We can't do any more WABC. This real run is and all MAGA should understand. You got stabbed in the back today in the biggest talk radio station in New York City, the biggest one, the biggest talk radio station, not the biggest in the country. You got stabbed in the back because they're too gutless. They're too gutless to face up to the Biden regime and tell them you're not legitimate. Okay. And we will never back off in that war room. And here's the reason why. because it happens to be the truth. The truth is, let me repeat this. Donald Trump won 2020. Joe Biden's illegitimate. He's an illegitimate usurper at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. So take your number 2 pencil out there and write that down.
Baby, I don't know if it was booger sugar or if it was wine or if it was scotch or just plain old whiskey. But the two of them are lit. Anywho, those two clowns go on for a bit more to talk about the situation. And then Steve Bannon talks to somebody in the background and says they need to work to try to bring Rudy Giuliani on to their platform. So I guess he's going to hire Rudy Giuliani. Okay. Meanwhile, Steve Bannon has got his own legal issues that he needs to worry about because the appeals court rejected his appeal. And so he will soon have to start serving his sentence. Now, granted, it's only 4 months, but it will definitely pull him away from his money-making machine. And let's not forget that he was recently named as a co-conspirator in this $1 billion fraud case. I'm waiting to see what's going to be coming about in regards to this. And we cannot forget that Steve Bannon was indicted for money laundering in regards to all of that money they collected, telling people they were going to use it to build the wall. They didn't use the money to build the wall. Yeah, they told everybody they were going to use the money to build the wall. They raised millions of dollars over there on the GoFundMe, and then they transferred all of that money into some other bank account where they split it amongst themselves. No wall built. And so I forget how many charges, but he's been indicted on money laundering charges in regards to that. When is this going to happen? Because it's like this went silent, but I ain't forgot. These situations, these legal situations that these MAGA nuts find themselves in, it's deserved. It's deserved. Shout out to everybody that continues to bless me by sending donations. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Poor Rudy.